Right.
So we're going to discuss that, and we're going to connect it right to ancient Kemet. We're going to connect it to the Dogon. We're going to connect it to various different tribes in various different places on the continent.
Exactly. And this is something that's going to appeal to youth also because they are mesmerized by hip-hop. You know, shortly before you came on, I played a clip from the 2009 Savior's Day Conference, and there was a workshop entitled The Influence of Islam on Hip-Hop. And not promoting a religion or anything like that, but they had hip-hop artists in that forum talking. So the clip I just played was from Brother Jay of the X-Clan. And he was talking about the influence that he was talking about how it's the difficulty of getting conscious hip-hop marketed today. And he's saying part of the reason is because these companies don't really know how to market conscious hip-hop. But he broke some things down and broke down how back in the day you had more of a balance on the radio than you do today, things like that. But totally understand that. Now, I've seen some of your presentations before, and I know you deal with Beyonce and her alter ego, Sasha Fierce, okay? And some people, feel that, the Beyonce's not as bad as, say, Nicki Minaj or something like that. Other people don't see a problem with their little girls, 6, 7 years old, dance a lot Beyonce and pumping their behinds, what have you. How should we interpret or perceive Beyonce?
I don't really want to talk about Beyonce, personally speaking.
Okay.
When you say as bad as, that kind of language is really disturbing, simply because that's like saying, okay, but that snake is bad, but that snake ain't as bad as that snake. But both of the damn snakes will bite you. You understand what I'm saying? We can only talk about Beyonce and some of these particular things in the context of actually teaching and showing the people what we mean. To have a conversation about it, we don't want to have the people, especially young people, think that we're talking about people. You understand what I'm saying? If we laid out the agenda and showed them, listen, this is the effect of what this individual is doing, and here is the result of that. You following me? So then we get to the point where is the behavior of that particular individual conducive to the elevation of our consciousness. And then if it's not, let's figure out some solutions to counteract it. I don't think we have to ostracize her or whatever it is that we have to do. It's the behavior that we're focusing in on.
Right. Yeah, and I totally understand that. Yeah, and I wasn't trying to attack her or anything like that.
No, I understand.
Yeah, right. So
see,
I totally understand.
I understand, but the 14-year-old listening may not understand that.
Exactly.
You're following me. And what we want to do is give the 14-year-old mom and dad at least an idea on how to bridge the gap and have that conversation with their 14 and 15-year-old.
Exactly.
So if I have a situation where my daughter's dancing or listening to Beyonce, I let her listen to it, but at the end of that song, we got to talk. See, but that presents a teaching moment.
Exactly.
Therein lies the teaching moment. Now I have a way in. I'm like, cool, let's talk.
Exactly. I totally agree with that. Okay. Now, if you have a question or comment for Professor Griff, give us a call, 914-338-1375. That's 914-338-1375. Press the number 1 key to put you in queue so we can bring you on the air. And once again, he's coming to Detroit Saturday, September 8th, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Nandy's Knowledge Cafe, located at 12511 Woodward Avenue in Highland Park, Michigan. Donation is only $20. Parents and youth definitely need to hear this message. I'm sure you agree with that, Griff. Parents and youth definitely need to come out. What would you say would be the minimum age of, say, a youth who you would say come to the presentation?
No disrespect to you or anyone else, the parents that are listening. What is the minimum age where we got little ones twerking? What's the minimum age that you could go up on YouTube and see young girls taking off their clothes? What's the minimum age where they start cursing and using foul language in a disrespectful way to one another and to their parents? What's the minimum age that people are gunning people down in the streets in Detroit, Highland Park, and other places? What is that minimum age?
So all age.
And then that's what we need to talk to. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I'm glad it's going to be, excuse me?
I said I totally understand. Totally understand.
So I'm glad it's going to be in an environment where we can really talk to people. Because a lot of times, if you don't speak young people's language, you ain't reaching them. Like, you going to a Mexican speaking Italian. I don't understand what you're talking about.
Right. No, and
we
the reason why I asked that question,
huh?
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
No, go on.
Yeah, the reason why I asked that question is because it gets posed to me, like with different, lectures that are coming. It gets posed to me. They say, well, can I bring my kids to this? Things like that. So that's why I asked that question.
You know something, brother? A lot of these people are just straight up hypocrites. You go in their homes or you go around them, their children are using some of the language that'll set you back. You understand what I'm saying? All of a sudden you want to get holier than thou and ask, can you bring your child to a Professor Griff lecture? Stop that, man. Stop.
Right. All right, I understand that, brother. Definitely, Because I hear the kids, and a lot of times, they get it from the mama or the father. They hear it in the home and they repeat it. So, hey, I definitely agree with that. Okay. Okay, let's go to the phone lines quickly here. Let's go to did I lose somebody? Okay. Let's go to the 206, and then we'll go to the 757. Call in the 206. Welcome to the African History Network show. Tell us your name, where you're calling from.
What's up? This is Jay Dizzle on the 206 in Seattle, Washington. Want to say peace to both of you brothers.
Hey, brother.
Peace.
What's up, Griff? I spoke to you a couple of years ago. You probably don't remember. I woke you up probably like 2 in the morning your time. Just to see if you're doing it. Surprisingly, you didn't cut me out and hang up. What you did is you chopped it up for a little bit. And so these last couple of years, I've been trying to put a couple things together. I do alcohol, drug counseling, mentoring to youth in my area. And I'm putting together this little program that's culturally centered to teach these kids, different things and basically induce revolution in their mind, complete and constructive change, if you will.
Right.
And so I really want you to consider, when I get my shit right, or excuse my language, when I get everything in line, I want you to consider coming to Seattle, man. And I'll make sure that it's conducive and all that, because we need you up here. You know what I'm saying? I know you came to Portland. I know you came to Portland not too long, 2 years ago. And, man, they'll really accept you out here. We really need you out here. But what I wanted to really say is just give you some props, because I remember growing up when you guys first came out, Public Enemy, 86, 88. So I was like 10, 12 years old. And I was listening to that, not even fully understanding it, right? So I got the basic stuff down, the base level stuff down. I knew it was Black Power Revolution. I didn't really understand the whole thing of it, but it still planted a seed. So even as I went astray, you know what I'm saying, that seed was already planted. So at some point it developed and came back to me. Feel me?
Right.
So now what we got going on is all this garbage hip hop, teaching these kids. What I'm noticing about these kids when I speak to them, they wanna learn something. They wanna do something. But it's who's the one that's giving them the information to process and tell them the way to do stuff. They got the wrong people. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because that's nothing else is being promoted unless it's sexism, materialism, hatred. You know what I'm saying? The Willie Lynch type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's something that we got to reverse. We got to take these kids back, man, so we can build this.
Right.
Exactly. All right, brother. All right, thanks for calling in. Okay, Jay?
All right, peace.
Okay, peace. Now, Griff, for people who are listening who may want to bring you in to speak at their community group or speak to youth or what have you, do a lecture in their city, how should they go about that?
Well, they can just call me directly, 678-557-2919. That's 678-557-2919. Or they could just email me at professorgriffpe@gmail.com, or just go to my website and contact me at www.pgriff.info. That's pgriff.info.
Okay, excellent. And Griff is where you call him. You'll get him if you don't get him, leave a message, what have you. But he'll get back with you. And great thing about it is, you don't have to go through 3 and 4 people to get the Griff. You don't you don't have to talk to the man, sit next to the man, sit next to the man.
Right.
So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Okay, look, we're gonna go quickly here to the 757 to 269, and then somebody called in from the 248. So they're here right in Detroit. So that's good. Once again, if you're just tuning in, we're talking to Professor Griff, our brother, teacher. He's talking about his upcoming lecture here in Detroit, Saturday, September 8th, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Nandy's Knowledge Cafe. We do have the flyer on our website, AfricanHistoryNetwork.com. So if you go right to our website, the flyer's there with all the information, okay? And to purchase tickets, you can call 313-865-1288. That's 313-865-1288, okay? Let's go to the 757 quickly. Calling the 757, welcome to the African History Network show. Tell us your name, where you're calling from. Calling 757, are you there?
757?
Yes. Did you have a question or comment?
Yes, I want to address a question towards Professor Griff.
Okay. And can you let me ask you a question? Let me ask you a question. Are you on a speakerphone?
No, I'm on a regular phone.
You're on a regular phone? Okay, maybe put it closer to your to receive it to your mouth, because it sounds like you're a million miles away.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm Empress Kashiba. I'm out of Norfolk. I'm in the Virginia chapter, New Black Panther Partner.
Okay.
I want to address to him what is he going to have any speaking on, or what we're going to do about this police killing our youth?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you want to know, I'll relay the question to you, because you still sound like you're a million miles away. So you want to know what can we do about the police killing our youth? Is that your question, Sheba?
Yes.
Okay. So just stand by. He's going to answer that question for you. Okay, sister?
Yes.
Okay. All right. She just sounds like she's a million miles away. She wants to reach out and touch somebody. So she wants to know what can we do about police killing our youth, because it seems like every other day you hear something, and when something happens, I don't want to just react. I want to look into it and see what the facts are. You know what I mean? Before I just start repeating things and don't have the right information. But what can we do about this?
I think what we need to do is all of the parents probably need to pull their sons and daughters in. And if we've never done it ever in our lives, we need to do it now. We need to have that talk about what do you do when you're caught behind enemy lines. What does that mean? That means when I was with my son and the police pulled us over, I said, now this is another teaching moment. This is how you conduct yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Because wouldn't it be better to know how to conduct yourself once they roll up on you? And you caught the blue light hits you. You understand what I'm saying? You're already nervous.
The blue light
they already got an itchy trigger finger. Do you understand what I'm saying? They already see you as a threat to their whole genetical structure. You understand what I'm saying? As Dr. Francis Cress-Wellesley puts it, we black men, we carry around a weapon that they subconsciously fear.
Correct.
So if that's what they're thinking already, then don't give them a reason to deal with you in a very hostile and violent way. We need to give our young brothers some classes to say, listen, this is what this is. This is what this looked like. This is the history of this particular thing. All right? I tell my son, when you get caught behind the enemy lines, only thing you should give this police officer answer his questions, short sentences, and yes, sir, and no, sir, at the beginning and ending of your answers. You understand what I'm saying?
Correct.
You don't have to give him anything else. But a lot of times young people look at that like, oh, you being a punk. No, you're not being a punk. You want to leave that particular situation alive to live another day.
Correct. You're right about that, brother. Because I've talked about this before, and I would encourage people, Dr. Ray Hagins has a 4-part series dealing with keeping our children out of the criminal justice system. And he deals with how to teach our children how to interact with law enforcement. I think some of those parts I have posted on my YouTube channel, MJ Rob 1914. People go to youtube.com/MJ Rob1914. I think I have some of those clips posted there. But he has a 4-part series that deals with this, and a lot of our youth. Let me give you an example, man. Here in Warren, Michigan, which is a suburb of Detroit. I think it was in Warren. You had a situation a couple of years ago where a car was stopped by the police. I forgot what happened. I can't remember if they were speeding or what have you, but a car was